Okay, we're going to do some puppy grooming 101. I have my little victim slash puppy, Michelle. She's about 9 weeks old and we're going to give her a bath. As you can see, she needs one. So you're going to start with your shampoo and your conditioners. I get these bottles at Sally's. They're for hair dye, but you can use dish soap bottles or whatever you want to use. This is all the shampoo you need. So you're going to put only this much shampoo or conditioner and then fill the rest up with water and shake it up, and that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to fill these up with water now. Make the water warm, not cold, not hot. Now this is going to be enough to do about 3 puppies at this age and this size. A full-grown dog, you'll use this whole bottle on them. So this is going to be our shampoo. And then I have conditioner already in this bottle. Shake it up really good. This allows it to get through the coat better. If you just try to put the shampoo or the conditioner straight on the coat, it won't get all the way through and you'll use the whole bottle of shampoo just to give them one bath. So, start by getting them wet. Now, puppies freak out and they act like they're dying. I assure you they're not dying. They just have to get used to it. At this age, I give them a bath about every week. The more you give them a bath, the more they get used to it and the more they learn to tolerate it. So you want to start by wetting them really, really good. All over their whole body. And when you do their head, you want to hold their ears flat like this and spray away from them so you're not spraying water into their ear. And then I do on top of their head. Careful also not to get the water up their nose. So you can see I go on the side of their muzzle with the sprayer and underneath. But being very careful, if you get it up their nose, they're going to fight you more, and it's obviously uncomfortable. They could also start to sneeze or cough if you get the water in their nose. So get her really wet. Now we've got our shampoo. And this is a no-tear baby shampoo, or a puppy shampoo that I'm using on her. Once again, you don't want to get it in their ears. Alright. So I'm going to make no big deal about this. She's going to fuss about it, and I'm just going to ignore it and keep doing what I'm doing. Make sure you get their butt really good and their back feet. Whoops. Now we're going to scrub her. Scrub her, scrub her, scrub her. When you're washing, you want to make sure you get in every little nook and cranny, like here in their armpits, up behind their ears. The ears. Top of her head. Now don't rub in her eye. You can do like this on her muzzle. And then I do like, get my fingers in there to clean out the boogies that could be on her face here and her muzzle area. If they got boogers in their eyes, you can use a comb and kind of carefully do this away from their eye, and that'll catch any face boogers that are in there. Even though this is no tear, I still would rather not get it in their eye if you can avoid it. And make sure you get their feet really good. Chest and her belly. Now her rear end. Now she has some stuff stuck to her butt, so once again we can use the comb after we've wet it and get it all soapy. Then you could do carefully with the comb and comb out anything that's on her butt. And she's got some on her feet here, we could do the same. And make sure you wash inside their pads and their whole foot. Do this on both feet. A little bit more shampoo on that. I know, baby. Come here. You're such a good girl. And her little tail. Okay, now we can rinse this off. Make sure you rinse it all out really good. I use this sprayer. I got this at PetSmart because it attaches and you don't have to hold it down to make it go. You can use your kitchen sink sprayer. I like to do this. This works just fine because everything flows downhill to rinse them off. So as long as you're careful, don't let them jump out. Now, obviously, break a leg or get hurt if they jump out of the sink. So on the head again, we're going to hold the ears and make sure we're not squirting water all into her ear. They have drop ears. Dogs with drop ears, they get water in their ears, it stays in there, it doesn't dry out and then get ear infections. So we want to keep as much water as possible out of their ear. On top of her head, you can put this right over their eyes. They'll shut their eyes and that rinses any soap out of their face. And then on the side of their muzzle like this. You don't want to spray up their nose. And then under. I know, they hate this part. Back in. On girl puppies, you want to make sure you really rinse out their little girl parts so that they don't get a UTI with soap stuck in there. Okay, so that's all done. Now we're going to put some conditioner on her. Squirt it kind of all over and rub it in. Whoops. Make sure you have a towel ready to go. So as soon as you're done washing them, you can put them right in the towel. Don't forget about underneath their bellies and in their armpits. Ears again. Oh, come here. Some of them will scream and fight the whole time you do this, and you just have to ignore them and just keep doing what you're doing, and they'll eventually get used to it. More on their face. Whoops. And then they do that, and they get it up their nose. Hold still, baby. Almost done. Get her butt again. Okay, now what we're going to do, go ahead and get off their screen, and we're going to put her, I'm going to wring her out like this. Gently, but I'm getting most of this water off her. Towel ready for her to go. And the baby goes in the towel. There she is. Look like a little wet rat. Just got a towel dryer. And obviously they're cold. I don't like this very much, so the faster we can get her dry, the more comfortable she's going to be. Keep your hands on them at all times. They will try to jump away and fall and get hurt, so don't turn your back on them and don't take your hands off of them. Okay, so that's it for step one, and we will pick this back up with drying. We're here with Michelle again. We just gave her a bath, so now we're going to dry her off. She's obviously freezing and uncomfortable, so I like to dry them so that they don't have to go through this for long. What you're going to need is a brush like this. This is a pin brush. This one is made by Bass. You could order them online. I have links in all over the place, or email me and I'll tell you where you can get it. This is a slicker brush. This one is made, by No. 1 All Systems, and it's a small little one, but these pins are very sharp, so don't press it hard and be very gentle with it. And this is just a metal comb. At this age, I really don't even use this on baby puppies. Now the dryer, as soon as I turn this dryer on, she's going to freak out because she's only 9 weeks old and they are terrified of it at first, which is why we do it all the time. They get more and more used to it. Later on I'll show you an adult dog that is trained to lay on their side like this. For grooming, of course, the puppies won't do it, so we're just going to groom them however we can get them done. I have this big stand dryer to dry them so that I can use both of my hands. I love this thing, but not everybody's going to buy one of those. You can use a regular hair dryer, but it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe you could have somebody hold the dryer while you're doing it. Or this little device here. Can you see this in the video? This is made by Chris Christensen. It's called Hold a Hose. But it can also, you can put a blow dryer in there and bungee cord it together, and then you can use this to hold your blow dryer. You can use a regular human hair dryer. If you use a regular human dryer, make sure that it's not hot and you don't burn them with it. Keep it on a cool setting. These dog dryers only get warm, so that's fine. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be brushing her hair that's being blown by the blow dryer. So brushing it will help it dry, and also the blow dryer will help brush it out as you're going along. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me when the dryer goes on, so we'll try this out. And keep in mind, I told you she's going to freak out. We're going to keep real tight hold on her and make sure she doesn't fly off the table, because she will try to run away. And all this screaming and fighting, you just have to ignore it and just keep doing what you're doing, and she'll eventually get used to it. I assure you, I am not hurting her at all. They just get very scared having to be dried, but they have to get used to it. So here we go. Sometimes if you hold puppies closer to you, then they tolerate it better and they don't get as scared. You can hold them on your lap too. So where the dryer's blowing, I'm just gently brushing where the dryer is. Here, we just gave her a bath and dried her, so now we have to do her nails and her pads and cut by her butt area. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now with older dogs, they can stand on their own, and you can, pick up each foot or have them lay down and do the feet. The puppies will not stand good for that. They're too wiggly and squirmy, so I'm going to have Sabrina help me hold her. This is definitely a two-person job at this age, and she's only 9 weeks old. So the first thing we're going to need are these nail clippers. I like this kind of nail clippers instead of the guillotine kind that crunch it down. These ones can go sideways. Anytime you cut their nails, you want to have this powder on hand. This is Quick Stop powder. If you cut their nail accidentally, put a little bit of this powder on it and it'll stop the bleeding right away. You don't ever want to cut nails without having this powder. If you don't have the powder, I believe... what's the word I'm looking for? Cornstarch. I'm sorry. Cornstarch will work also. But this is the best thing to have. For shaving their feet and their butts, I use this little wall peanut I got at Sally's. I like it because it's small and it can get everywhere I need it to get. You can also use little round tip scissors. This is a lot faster and a lot easier, but you can use any like men's beard trimmer or anything you want to do this. So we're going to start, have Brina hold her this way. I already did that one because we had a camera mishap. So I'm going to finish up this one. See, they're very squirmy. So what I'm going to do, this one is still all hairy. You're going to look at where their big pad is on the bottom and just cut the hair right underneath it. And shave all the hair on all the pads of their foot. I put my finger like this so I don't cut all the hair off. It leaves a nice line. So now we have nice clean little feet. Let me do the front ones. Tilt her this way, please. I can't reach her here. Now you got to make sure their head's out of the way so you don't shave their head hair off. You want to make sure you get in there too, because the hair will grow inside there. Watch your nose, Brina. I want to shave her face hair off. Nice clean foot. And we got nice clean pads that she can get a nice grip on the floor with. So now we're going to shave her butt. Put it down on the table here. Now Sabrina's going to hold her hand underneath her hind end here so that she doesn't squirm away, and I'm going to hold her tail up. You can find her butt here, and we want to cut on the sides of her butt to get that hair out of there. If you leave all that hair grow, when she goes to the bathroom, it's going to get stuck on there. So you just want to shave a little bit on the sides. Be careful you don't cut them. I like to go sideways. If you go up and down, sometimes I've, nicked them in their butt. So if you go sideways, you don't cut them. So now she got a nice clean butt too. Now we're going to do her nails. She's going to hold her the same way. Now, can we zoom in on this? On them, you can see, if you can see this, you can see where the quick stops. If you see that little red line. And the top part is the white that we're going to cut off. If you cut the red part, they're going to bleed. So we want to try to stay away from that red part. So I'm just going to take my clippers and just get just the tips off. You can do it this way or this way. On puppies, I like to do it this way. You can also use nail clippers made for newborn human babies when they're this age, because their nails are so tiny. Okay, on the front feet. Watch your face, Brie. I'm just gonna... I can't reach her, you gotta move her up some. Just cut the tips off. Now, Havanese, we don't take the dew claws off, so you can't forget about this little thumbnail on the side here. And it's real flimsy and weird and hard to get a hold of, so you have to be real careful with that. But just nip the tip of it off. If you forget about that, it'll grow really long and it'll curve around and grow back into their skin, so you don't want to forget that one. And I only have that on the front feet, not the back feet. See your little thumbnail in there? Done. So, now we have a nice, pretty, perfectly groomed puppy, and she smells nice. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, I wanted to add this into the video and show you what I do with the older dogs. This is Sasha. She's only 5 months old. She's going to be a show puppy, so she's got a lot of hair right now. But when they're about 3 or 4 months old, I start teaching them how to lay down on their side to be groomed. It's a lot easier. When I groom down her back, I'll have her stand just like she's standing now and groom down her back. But to get all underneath and in everywhere you need to get into, I just pick them up and lightly lay them down on their side. Yeah, she's only 5 months old, so she still fusses a little bit. And I just lay them down like this. And every time they get up, I just keep pushing them down and tell them to lay down. Now she should lay like this pretty well for me to groom her laying on her side. So I can pick up her legs and get in here. I can get her belly. I can pick up this arm and get into the armpit area where they get lots of mats in there. So you want to make sure that you get into this area really good. When they lay on their side like this, it's a lot easier to do all those things. So if you start when they're little, about 3 months old, younger than that, they really won't do it. And they don't, as you can see, Sasha kind of wants to get up too. Get up. Get up. I'll do that side of her, and then I'll turn her, and I'll roll her over onto her side. Lay down. Just tell her to lay. And, she didn't start out like this. She would fight and fight and fight, and I would just put my hand in her armpit area and on her side of her neck area. If you can see like this, here's her armpit. I leave my finger, my thumb in there, and then my palm is on her chest. Can you see that? Okay, so here's her armpit area. She has lots of hair. So I put my thumb under her arm and then my palm on her chest. So even if she's fighting me, I have control over her. And eventually they learn that they can't go anywhere anyway. And every time they get up, you just put them back down like they are, and then they'll eventually give up and they'll just lay there and let you groom them. So I could turn the dryer on, and we could do all in here, and she'll just lay there and let me groom her. Until I tell her that it's okay, and she could get up. Come on. And then if you want to, she could stand and be groomed the rest of the way. Stand. Now, like I said, Sasha's only 5 months old, so she can already do this. Any dog can do it. Every single one of my dogs lays down on their side to be groomed. And they all look good. So, that's it.